Alright, hey there YouTube. We're doing things a little different today. Like you've seen before, I was on the tailgate of my truck. Well, today we're on the porch because of the time change. It's not even 6:45 and it's pitch black here, so kind of at the mercy of weather, daylight, location until I get a shop built. What we're gonna do today, got a couple things here. I'm just messing with this with my chainsaw here. This is a 1983 Stihl 032. I got it for free. It was actually a junk saw that I picked up from work. I took it all the way apart because it was filthy when I got it. It's still dirty, but it's a chainsaw. What do you expect? It's a work tool. It's not something you play with. You do work with it. So there's dust on it, but it was filthy when I got it. So I tore it down. It had almost no compression when I got it. But I tore it down, pressure washed everything, cleaned it all up. It's in decent condition. The chain brake works. It oils. The bottom end was in good shape, but the cylinder and piston were not. So I went on eBay, found a cylinder and piston kit under the part number that Stihl used to list, because a lot of parts are no longer available for these. So it's an NLA part. I found one new in box, $50, so put that on there. Haven't really had to do a whole lot to it. Like I said, it's in pretty decent condition. Probably wasn't taken the best care of, but guy that had it used it every year for firewood. So one of those old guy owned, one owner deals. But we're gonna put one of the things that's not in good shape on it is this pull handle. You see there's a little closer. There's half of one there. It's supposed to look like that. So we're going to change that because that's pretty annoying because it's kind of sharp there. And instead of this, generic spark plug boot here that's actually torn, got a used factory square steel one. Kind of OCD there, and also one thing actually needs to be fixed is we're going to put clutch springs in it, because the clutch, no matter how low you idle it, it still kind of has like a jingling sound to it, because the clutch shoes are spinning around in there and springs are weak, so it's kind of dragging in the drum there. It's more of an annoying thing than anything. It doesn't really change the functionality, but it might make the clutch and the drum last a little longer with them not dragging. We're talking like $2 or $3 worth of spring there, so not like we're breaking the bank fixing that, but it's just something I wanted to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some tools ready. Gonna have to take the rope out of this pull handle here. I guess how I'm gonna have to do that. I don't actually have much rope on here either, so eventually I'm gonna have to fix that. Need a lighter to fix that rope. So, I guess first order of business, I'll go ahead and take care of this pull handle since we already talked about it. Yeah, I know these filming conditions are far from ideal, but gotta start somewhere. Once I have a shop set up, I'll have better lighting. That'll make a big difference. I'll actually have a consistent location. Make life a little better. one thing you want to do with these ropes, especially if it's a nylon rope, because it'll burn but melts. So nylon ropes, you burn the end of them. Sure, if you ever hung out with anybody old, they probably showed you how to burn the end of a rope. Most people don't think about that. They're just like, oh, it frays, that's annoying. Important trick there is to take a rag, wipe the end of the rope. That way you actually get a smooth tapered end on it after it melts. So I do this kind of stuff all day long. I can usually tie these knots with one hand. A lot of times I'll be holding the recoil pulley, rope pulley inside the starter there with the starter laying on the workbench, and I'll tie that little knot here with one hand so I don't let it go and then it takes the rope from me, because that's pretty annoying. Then you got to do it all over again. Alright, so that's done. Looks a lot better. I don't even know where the other pull handle is. Yeah. Looks a lot better than that. So, another one that's actually this, oh, that's not good. Guess I'm gonna have to buy a new spark plug wire, because that's 31 years old, and that plastic, you know, the vinyl or whatever material that is extremely hard. I didn't realize that. That's supposed to be a soft insulation on the spark plug wire down in there. Well, you heard that little pop. That was me moving the boot, breaking the insulation because it's so brittle. So I'm actually going to have to buy a section of plug wire tomorrow. We stock that. It's OEM Stihl plug wire material. Well, that kind of stinks. I'll carry on with the clutch springs anyway. But I don't get to try this out. Well, I could actually. I could twist it around the plug. We're not going to do that. I'll fix it right and then test it out. Alright, so that is a 3/4 ratchet. So another thing I need to get for this saw is the proper scrunch to go with it, which would be a single 3/4 socket with a fillet or a flathead on the other end. A lot of them are, most of the ones you get today are 2 sockets on there with a Torx bit on the end. Now here's the fun part, and I'm not even sure how I'm going to handle it. Normally, when I'm at the shop, I'd use an impact gun and zip this clutch out of here, but we're not there. I may be able to fight the springs out of the clutch. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I got good lighting there. So the springs we're working on are in here. You can see them there. We got to, I think I may be able to fight those out without removing the entire clutch assembly. And we're going to try it. Well, yeah. There actually is a special tool for taking these out. It's a little hook on a little plastic handle little donut shaped thing. We're going to do these one at a time. And hopefully not drop them through the cracks in the porch. That would kind of suck. Alright. These can be pretty tricky. You can tell these are a lot stronger than the ones I pulled off of there. That one came off a little too easy, which is why it was jingling. They're old. They're old, and the clutches get hot, and then the springs lose their tension. This is really not going very well. Clutch keeps trying to turn. Almost had it. As long as it doesn't go flying, we're good. These lighting can... Well, so due to me not being very experienced with using this camera, I've used it here or there for shorter clips. And stuff that I'm testing the camera in different lighting conditions and not really caring about the clips and actually uploading them. So this is sort of new, and you can tell I'm at the bottom of my learning curve with this one. So there's a 12-minute clip, and then there's another clip that comes after. Somehow the second clip got deleted, so I'll just have to tell you the outcome. The clutch springs that I changed didn't really help the jingling clutch problem, so I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with the clutch, whether something's not put in right, or there's a problem with the clutch drum or the clutch bearing, whether that ringing's coming from somewhere else. So I'm gonna have to do some more investigation on that and get back with another video. Also gonna have to get a section of that spark plug wire to replace the old dry rotted stuff that's in it. Thankfully that's all old enough to be able to have that replaced. It's just threads into the top of the ignition coil, so it makes it pretty easy. Yeah, this kind of sucks. I lost half the video, but I'm still going to upload this because the show's got to go on. It's not really that big of a deal. You saw what I'm doing, and I was fighting with those springs for a while, so a lot of dead video, to be honest. But it's okay. We'll come back with something else when I get the rest of the parts and get some more information on that clutch. I've had that clutch apart before. I might have put something in wrong. We'll see. There might be a washer that I missed or something that spaces the drum from the back of the clutch shoes or something. There's no telling. I'll look at a parts exploded diagram and see, because it usually tells you how everything stacks up. I can pull that up, right now and find out. So I'll figure that out, see if there's anything else I need to get for it, because that jingling problem is very annoying. You would have heard it in the other video. It's pretty loud. You actually hear it over the rest of the engine. But yeah, so this is going up on YouTube. You already know because you're watching it. And see you later.